An action-packed night in Mexico City was capped off by a thrilling 5-round main event that saw Sergio Pettis earn his 4th win in a row by defeating local favorite Brandon Moreno in a showdown between top 10 flyweight. Pettis survived an early onslaught from Moreno in the opening round as the fight hit the mat and the former Ultimate Fighter competitor nearly locked in a rear-naked choke several times while staying in complete control on the ground. For there, Pettis started to take over with his diverse striking attack as he bombed Moreno with several stiff combinations while also tagging the rising star with a series of stinging head kicks throughout the final 4 rounds. Pettis showed off a ton of veteran poise as he attacked Moreno with fast, punishing punches and then got out of the way before he could be taken back to the ground. When it was all over, the judges agreed that Pettis had done enough to earn the victory as he moves one step closer to a title shot at 125 pounds. According to the picks made by fantasy players going into the event, Pettis was a slight underdog, with 43% selecting him to win versus 57% in favor of Moreno. 65% of the players who did pick Pettis correctly predicted that he would win by decision, while the fight also earned an extra 120-point bonus because it was such a tight matchup on paper. Watch some of the best up-and-coming fighters in the world on Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender series throughout the summer exclusively on Fight Pass. Start your free Fight Pass trial now. In the co-main event, Grasso returned to form with a hard-fought split decision win over number 9 ranked Randa Markos in front of a raucous home country crowd. Despite not being ranked in the top 15, Grasso was still heavily favored by fantasy players, with 68% picking her to win on Saturday night. In one of the bigger upsets on the card, Nico Price remained undefeated with a stunning first-round TKO over Alan Dubin despite just 19% of fantasy players picking him to win. To his credit, Price pulled off the victory with 58% of those players who selected him to win also predicting that he would finish the fight by knockout. While Price was an underdog, newcomer Humberto Banderas was facing even tougher odds as he went up against Ultimate Fighter Latin America winner Martin Bravo, with just 13% of fantasy players picking him. Banderas might have a few more people picking him the next time after he obliterated Bravo with a first-round knockout that silenced the crowd in Mexico City. Because it was Banderas' debut, he also earned an extra 40 points for the players who selected him. Sam Alvey eked by former champion Rashad Evans in a middleweight matchup, with 54% of players picking him in the fight, while Alejandro Perez had to survive several knockdowns to claw his way back to a split decision victory over Andre Sokamthath, with 69% of players selecting him to win. On the preliminary card, Jack Hermanson earned a rousing first-round TKO to put away Bradley Scott, with 72% of players picking him to win. Meanwhile, Dustin Ortiz added a huge highlight to his career resume with a blistering 15-second knockout over Hector Sandoval, with 78% of players correctly predicting he would emerge victorious. Related Rivers returns to octagon after battle with cancer. Sergio Pettis: I see a lot more wins coming as far as upsets on the preliminary card. Jose Quinones had one of the biggest wins as he earned a unanimous decision victory over Diego Rivers after just 34% of players picked him to win. The same could be said for Jordan Rinaldi, who pulled off the rare Von Flue choke submission to defeat Alvaro Herrera after just 32% of players picked him in the opening fight on the card. Despite making his debut on the card in Mexico City, Joseph Morales was one of the bigger favorites, as he picked up an impressive win over Robert Sanchez, with 69% of players selecting him, while also earning another 40 points since he got the job done in his first UFC fight. All told, UFC Fight Night from Mexico City saw 7 favorites get the nod, while 5 upsets occurred according to the selections made by fantasy players going into Saturday night. Watch past fights.